No, Miss Martinez just opened it for us. Okay, we're going to read A Chair for My Mother. That's the title. And it's by Vera Williams. She's the author. So what'd she do?
Write the words.
She wrote the words.
The illustrator draws the pictures.
The illustrator does draw the pictures. The cover isn't telling me who the illustrator is, and I forgot who it is. But maybe she does both. Maybe she does
don't read
both.
upside down.
We don't read upside down?
No.
No, you're right.
We can't see the picture.
Because the pictures would be
Oh, we
upside
gotta
down.
turn it around.
Like this.
No.
No, that's
See,
not
yeah, the people gonna be upside down.
Right. Okay, let's read it. Okay. Remember we read this book about the characters Rosa, her mom, and her grandma?
And she live at her work.
And they live at home, and they were saving up their money to buy, what were they buying?
A chair.
With
With mom work a lot.
Because mom does work a lot.
My mom is do.
Okay, let's
Who's
read the
doing
book.
that light?
I'm not sure, sweetie. Okay, A Chair for My Mother. Put our eyes up here. Quincy's eyes are up here. Stephanie's eyes are up here. Junior's eyes are up here. My mother works as a waitress in the blue tile diner. After school, sometimes I go to meet her there. Then her boss, Josephine, gives me a job too. I wash the salts and peppers and fill the ketchups. And one time I peeled all the onions for the onion soup. When I finish, Josephine says, "Good work, honey," and pays me. And every time I put half of my money into the jar. Rosa works at the diner at her mom does, and sometimes she gets paid and saves that money.
Little kids don't work, but I work.
You work? Rosa's doing some work. I don't think it's her job all the time because she probably goes to school like us.
I work too.
But I bet
she.
You do?
I
Zip your lips, but you can show me a thumbs up if you work too. Okay. I bet she feels really proud that she's able to put some money in that jar.
I was sick at home. Me too.
It takes a long time to fill a jar this big, just like our jar. Every day when my mother comes home from work, I take down the jar, and my mama empties all of her change from tips out of her purse for me to count. Then we put all of the coins into the jar. Sometimes my mom is laughing when she comes home from work, and sometimes she's so tired she falls asleep while I count all of the money. So they put the money in the jar every day, and sometimes mom works so much. Sometimes mom works so much she's really, really sleepy and tired.
I know how to make a heart.
You do? Okay. Let's put our eyes. We can pretend like we're sleepy like mama. Let's be sleepy. Shh. Okay, but we're at school now, so let's put our hands in our lap and put our eyes up here so we can learn. We sit in the kitchen to count the tips. Usually Grandma sits with us too. While we count, she likes to hum. Often she has money in her old leather wallet for us. Whenever she gets a good bargain on tomatoes or bananas, or something she buys, she puts the savings into the jar. So Mom's saving money, Rosa saves money, and so does Grandma. They're all working together to save that money. They must really, really want it. When we can't get a single other coin into the jar, we are going to take out all of the money and go buy a chair. A wonderful, beautiful, fat, soft armchair. I know it's silly that it's a fat chair. We will get one covered in velvet with roses all over it. We're going to get the best chair in the whole wide world.
I already see.
You need your eyes on the book so that you can see. Otherwise, you can't see. Deshaun, take your hands down. Thank you. Quincy's eyes are up here. Control's eyes are up here. Okay. That is because our old chair burnt up. There was a big fire in our other house. That's really sad. There's a big fire. Oh, I wonder if everything was okay. My mother and I were coming home from buying shoes. I had new sandals. And she had new pumps. We were walking to our house from the bus, and we were looking at everyone's tulips. She was saying she liked the red tulips, and I was saying I liked the yellow ones. Then we came to our block. They were looking at all of the different flowers as they walked. Uh-oh. But then something scary happened. could see lots of smoke with tall orange flames came out of the roof.
What orange things come out of fire?
Those are the flames, the tall things that we don't want to touch them because they would really hurt us and it wouldn't be safe. All the neighbors stood in a bunch across the street. Mama grabbed my hand as we ran. My Uncle Sandy saw us and ran to us too. Mama yelled, "Where's Mother?" I yelled, "Where's my grandma?" Aunt Ida waved and shouted, "She's here, she's okay, don't worry." Grandma was all right. But everything else in our whole house was spoiled. Oh, remember spoiled?
We didn't get burned.
Spoiled means we can't use it anymore. It's not good anymore. Ugh, they must have been so worried. They didn't know.
House fire.
They didn't know. And Grandma must, maybe Grandma was in the house.
We can't get on fire.
She must,
Grandma in the house.
she must have been so worried because it's not safe to be in the house. Is it?
No.
Mm-mm. I would be really, really worried if someone I loved was in that house. What was left of our house turned to charcoal and ashes. Oh no, look, it's all black charcoal and ashes. That's what happens when the fire burns it. We went to stay with my mother's sister, Aunt Ida, and Uncle Sandy. Then we were able to move into the apartment downstairs. We We painted the walls yellow and the floors were all shiny and the rooms were empty. There was no furniture to put in the room. That is so sad and disappointing. They had all of that furniture. Maybe they were still hot from the fire. The first day we moved in, the neighbors brought pizza and cake and ice cream.
I like pizza.
That is so kind of the neighbors.
Mommy,
They brought them stuff to make them feel better.
Mommy make us.
And they brought a lot of other things. And they brought a lot of other things too. The family across the street brought a table and 3 kitchen chairs. My other grandpa brought us his beautiful rug, and my mother's older sister Sally made us red and white curtains. Like we have those curtains for the windows. They made them so many things. That is so considerate. Considerate is when you do something for somebody else.
What is the thing them holding chairs and
Oh, they're carrying all of this stuff to give them. There's a rug and chairs and a bed. So that, because all of their rooms were empty. They didn't have any furniture. When everyone clapped when my grandma gave a speech. "You are all the kindest people," she said, "and we thank you very, very much. It's lucky we're young and can start all over." Grandma told everyone how grateful they were.
We gotta clean up stuff. It's cold outside.
It is cold outside.
The jar.
And what happened with the jar? Whoa.
A lot of money.
That was last year. Remember, she was telling us a story about something that happened in the past. But we still have no sofa and no big chairs. When Mama comes home, her feet hurt. "There's no good place for me to take a load off my feet," she says. When Grandma wants to sit back and hum and cut the potatoes, she has to get as comfortable as she can on a hard kitchen chair. They have to sit on something that's really uncomfortable.
That's hard.
They probably really, really want that chair. I wouldn't like to come home from a long day of work, sit on something really, really hard.
Do you go to work?
This is where I work.
At school?
That's my job. I'm a teacher. I teach you.
That's why you work here?
Yep, that's why I work here. That's why I'm here. And then after I go home.
Your mom let you work here?
Yeah, my mom let me work here. My mom's a teacher too. Okay, let's read the book and then during sentence I'll tell you all about my mom being a teacher. Okay. So that is how come Mama brought home the biggest jar she could find at the diner, and all the coins started to go into the jar. So that's why they're saving all of those coins. Now the jar is too heavy for me to lift down, and Uncle Sandy gave me a quarter and he had to boost me up so I could put it in. The jar is so heavy and so full that she can't even take it down. After supper, Mama and Grandma and I stood in front of the jar. Well, I never would have believed it, but I guess it's full. How exciting! They finally filled up that jar. They took a whole year to fill it all up, and they finally did it. That is so exciting. On my Mother's Day off, we took all of the coins to the bank. The bank exchanged them for $10 bills, and then we took the bus downtown to shop for our chair. They're finally getting their chair. They've been wanting it for a whole year. And they took those coins to the bank, and they got dollar bills. Those are easier for the cashier to count.
I should get a lot of diamonds.
We shopped through our 4 furniture stores. They must have been looking for the perfect chair. They went to 4 different stores just to find the perfect one. They wanted a chair with flowers. We tried out big chairs and smaller ones, high chairs and low chairs, soft chairs and harder ones. Grandma said she felt like Goldilocks and the 3 bears trying out all of the chairs. They are determined to find that one perfect chair.
And the 3 little bears?
It's a dish. She was talking about a book with a character Goldilocks who tries out different chairs.
Yeah.
Finally, we found the chair we were all dreaming of, and the money in the jar was enough to pay for it. We called Aunt Ida and Uncle Sandy, and they came right down to pick up with their pickup truck to drive the chair home for us. They knew we couldn't wait for it to be delivered.
Where is the pickup truck?
They were so excited they couldn't even wait. They had to take it home right away.
There you go.
I tried out our chair in the back of the truck, and she was so excited she couldn't even wait till the chair got home.
They gotta do that.
Mama wouldn't let me sit in it while we drove, but they let me sit in it while we carried it to the door. They carry it all the way to the door. Right, because that's not safe in the back of the pickup truck. We need to be safe. We have to put our seatbelt on in the car. I know. Could you imagine if you fell off on the hard ground out of the truck?
I feel like the car could hurt our
You did. That could really hurt your head or your body.
or your brain.
That's why we sit in the car with our seatbelt on. Let's put our seatbelt on.
Or you can lay down. Or your ears.
Let's see what happens when they got the chair home. We set the chair right beside the window with the red and white curtains.
What socks green?
I'm not sure what her socks are green. Grandma and Mom and I all sat in it while Aunt Ida took our picture. Now, Grandma sits in it and talks with people going by in the daytime. Mama sits down and watches the news on TV when she comes home from her job. After supper, I sit with her, and she can reach right up and turn the light off if I fall asleep. They put the chair right next to the curtains that their aunt made them. The red and white curtains on the window. How relaxing! How relaxing they finally get to sit down on a comfortable chair. The end. There's the picture that they took. The end. Now, since we had our thinking caps on and we were thinking, let's think about the story. We're going to give
Thank you for
4 minutes. Let's put our thinking caps on first. Shh, Junior. I'm going to ask you a question. Why was Rosa's mother so happy when they got their chair? Let's think about the question first. Why was Rosa's mom so happy when they finally got their chair? Okay. We raise a quiet hand if you know. You're still thinking, London? You can keep thinking. Demetrius, why was Rosa's mom so happy when they finally got their new chair?
So happy.
She was happy. She was happy, you're right. Did anyone else?
No.
Alyssa, why was Rosa's mom so happy? She did want the chair so much. She was so happy because she wanted that so much. When I'm happy, when I want something really bad, I get really happy when I get it. Melvin? She could have fallen off the car, you're right. Why was she so happy? Why did she want the chair in the first place? Why did Mom want that chair?
Because she didn't know where to sit.
She had nowhere to sit, you're right. She had nowhere to sit. She had to sit on that hard kitchen chair. And then, Kim Trump, yes? Her quarters got filled up. They have been saving up for it for so long that they finally got their chair and they were happy and relieved they got it. Why do you think Mom was just so happy? Alonzo? You guys have had some really good answers. She really wanted it. That's a really good answer. What else? Alonzo, go ahead.
Her mom wanted to buy a chair.
Her mom really wanted to buy that chair. And she finally had somewhere to do what?
Sit on the hard chair.
Do you think she likes sitting on that hard chair?
No.
No. Do you think she likes sitting on this this nice, comfortable chair?
Yes.
Yeah, I would be really happy if I finally had something comfortable to sit on after a long days of work.
We used
Yes,
to sit
baby?
on hard chairs, and I don't like it. She wanted the other chair because her other chairs got burnt up.
And all of her other chairs got burnt up, so they needed a chair. Okay. Kiss your face.